Today we're doing a flip through of the Good and the Beautiful's Motion and Simple Machine Science Unit. Hey guys, it's Bonnie from Mrs. Mom's Homeschool and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to let you guys take a look and a peek inside the Good and the Beautiful's Motion and Simple Machines unit study. What I like about the Good and the Beautiful Sciences is that there's so many different topics that you can choose from to introduce your children and give them an overall knowledge on each topic. When I get into the older grades, starting next year in 7th and 8th grades, however, we will be jumping on into something that is more in depth. But these are great science units for children to have an introduction into a variety of different topics. So today we're going to go ahead and look into motion and simple machines. So here is the lesson plan for the motion and simple machines. Now there is an additional book pack that you can get that I do have, but I don't know where it is. And honestly, we didn't even use it. But if your child is really into the topic, then you should definitely get the book packs. We had so many breaks within this unit because we started doing it around between Thanksgiving and Christmas that I didn't want to keep extending it by adding the books from the book pack. And then you have your journal. So you have the grades 3 to 6 one and the grades 7 through 8 one. Now, even though I have a 6th grader, I got him the 7th or 8th one in case I wanted to extend the lesson for him in any topic. And I am going to be doing that for all of the Good and the Beautiful Science units going forward. Oh, and if you stay to the end of the video, I really want to show you a cool resource that we did add to this unit that was a lot of fun to use. So make sure you stay to the end of the video. So in the past, the Good and the Beautiful just would send you a bunch of PDFs, a big stack of like printables, and you would have to put them in a binder. So I don't know if you are new to the Good and the Beautiful, this format of science is new. So we're gonna look inside here in the table of contents. You are going to be teaching your children the following: force and motion, Newton's first law; speed and velocity, Newton's second law; gravity, Newton's third law; energy and motion, simple machines; wedges and levers, inclined planes; wheels, axles, pulleys and screws; and project day. So in your unit information, this just tells you everything that you need to know about the unit, and you're going to get this in each science unit. It's going to tell you about the science wall, where you can post your vocabulary words. There's so many different ways that you can make a science wall. This also tells you about the lesson preparation, activities, content for older and younger children, the videos, and your science journal. These are the 2 books that would come in the book pack, which is the Story of Invention and the Motion and Sports. This explains how the lesson extensions works for grades 7 and 8. Then you have a 2-page spread which has a list of all the supplies you're going to need per lesson. So when you're lesson planning for the week, you can order everything you need for the next few weeks, or however it is that you lesson plan. Okay, so let's go into right here. You'll see that all of the vocabulary words except for the last one were cut out and placed on our little science wall that we made. So we only have one here to actually see. But if we go into the lesson, I love also about the Good and the Beautiful, the colors and the beautiful pictures that they have. It makes it more engaging for me as a teacher as well as for the kids themselves. So you always have an objective in each lesson. The objective for force and motion is to help the children understand force and motion, to learn about Sir Isaac Newton and his important discoveries about force and motion. Then it gives you any preparation that needs to get done and any activity and supplies that you're going to need. So for this one, you need a kitchen chair, a sofa or another heavy object, a heavy book like a Bible or a dictionary, and a pillow, larger and weighing less than the book. And then you have exactly what to read to the children. They usually have pictures to go with it that relate to the lesson. It tells you what vocabulary words you're going to put on your science wall. In this section here, you have force and motion, study and art. So there's a picture in art. So this is very Charlotte Mason-like. And then you go into your activity or science experiment. There's discussion questions, and there's also a video for them to watch in some of the lessons. So I'm going to show you how the video works now on my phone. So if you go into the goodandthebeautiful.com/science videos, you're going to find the videos there. Then you have all of your different units, and we're going to find the one that we're studying, which is motion and simple machines. And then I'm going to click on the first lesson. And then I'm going to play this and open it up
One of the basic qualities found in all living creatures is the ability to move and grow.
So you have a narrator that's talking about motion, and there's lots of live pictures. As the lesson goes on, and the video itself is only 3.5 minutes long. And then the next thing is you have to turn to the page in the student journal and complete that. And then if there's a extension for your older children, you have to do that. So these lessons in this old Science of the Good and the Beautiful is a lot shorter than it used to take. So I'm going to do a comparison. One of these videos of one of the old Good and the Beautiful lessons versus the newer ones, and find out which has more information and which is actually better. Not that it matters, because you can't get any of the old ones anymore, but I guess just in case you're a user of the older sciences. So now I'm just going to do a flip through so you can see the rest of the unit. The student journal for 3 to 6 has all of the lessons in the table of contents. And you have whatever picture that they were going to study. It's larger here. Here you have some cutout words for them to try to learn the quote from Isaac Newton. And it says, draw or write 2 things you learned or loved about Isaac Newton from the video. And that would be lesson 1 would be the picture study and this activity here. This is a lesson 2. And so on. Some of these pages have to do with whatever experiment. For example, here in gravity, my hypothesis, I think the yellow ball has more mass, and the outcome, I was right. My child's in 2nd grade who did this book, so I didn't make her do the whole book. Now we have the 7th and 8th. Now the 7th and 8th, you're going to see how it differs from the 3rd through 6th. We still have the picture, and we still have a page on Isaac Newton. However, in the younger grades, they are cutting out the words and putting the quote in order, and then drawing 2 things or writing 2 things they learned about Isaac Newton. And the older kids are reading the quotes that are in this page, and then picking their favorite and copying it down here. And then writing 3 inspiring things about Isaac Newton. And then you have the extension where you can have a deeper look. So it says, read the information below, pick 1 type of contact force and 1 type of non-contact force, and define them in your journal. Describe why each belongs in that category and provide an example. Look at the images on the next page and write which types of force are represented in the pictures. So you have the contact force, non-contact force. They would read the whole thing. And then they would do whatever they were told right into this journal right here. So this is just a quick flip through of the grade 7 and 8 extension. Alright, so as promised, I wanted to show you some resources. I have 2 out of the 4 books here. But these are the Wile E. Coyote books, and they talk about flight and gravity. You have one that has simple machines. This one is speed and velocity. They're the exact topics that are in your Good and the Beautiful Sciences. So this was a lot of fun to add on. We also watched some of the cartoons. as an addition to doing this unit. But it comes into like a little comic book form, and I did a full review on these books, so if you want to see that video, watch it here in the card above. But these are a great resource to add. And I also wanted to give you guys some tips on some things you could do to enhance this. So what I did was every day that we did science, we reviewed the vocabulary words for the day before, and I would have some questions to ask the kids regarding the lesson before, and I would keep piling that on. So on lesson 5, we would go back to the vocabulary words and questions from lesson 1 so that they were able to keep it in their minds. Another thing you can do is take some projects from Pinterest to add those into your lessons. You could also have them watch additional videos that you can find on Netflix or YouTube pertaining to the topic. And like I said, we added that Wile E. Coyote cartoons into ours. And if you also wanted, you could create little tests based on the vocabulary words, like little quizzes with essay questions. If you want to prepare your student for high school or even for college, you can start adding these little tests into the Good and the Beautiful to get them used to those types of formats. So I just wanted to share those few things with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed a look into this curriculum. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.